The freezer aisle looks simple. Clean fillets, glossy packaging, words like wild, fresh, premium. But behind the glossy packaging and the icy glaze, not all frozen fish is what it claims to be. Some fillets are pumped with added water. Some are mislabeled species. Others travel halfway across the world before landing in your freezer. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Once it's frozen, breaded, and boxed, it's almost impossible to tell what you're really eating. This is Culinary Cipher, and today we're decoding 8 frozen fish products that aren't exactly what they claim, and 2 better choices that actually deliver what's on the label. 8. Generic sway fillets sold as premium white fish. Sway exploded in popularity over the last decade because it's cheap, mild, and easy to cook. The problem? It's often marketed in ways that blur the line between budget fish and premium white fillet. Sway is a farm-raised Pangasius species commonly imported from Southeast Asia. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. But packaging often emphasizes vague claims like river fresh, light and flaky, or chef-quality white fish, without clearly explaining what sway actually is. Why this matters? It's usually much lower in omega-3s compared to salmon or wild cod. It's frequently raised in dense aquaculture systems, and it's sometimes confused with catfish in labeling. Consumers think they're getting something comparable to wild cod. They're not. They're getting one of the cheapest white fish on the global market, dressed up as something better. 7. Budget store brand, wild-caught tilapia. If you've ever seen wild-caught tilapia, that should raise an eyebrow. Tilapia is overwhelmingly farm-raised. True wild tilapia exists, but it's rare in mainstream U.S. grocery supply chains. When you see low-cost frozen tilapia labeled aggressively as wild, it deserves a second look. Often, the label may refer to where it was processed, not where it was caught. It may highlight natural without clarifying farming conditions, and the fish may be treated with additives to retain moisture. Farm-raised tilapia itself isn't automatically unsafe, but presenting it in a way that suggests it's the nutritional equivalent of wild-caught salmon? That's marketing spin. 6. Heavily glazed cod that's mostly ice. This one isn't about species. It's about weight. Some frozen cod fillets are heavily glazed with ice. Glazing protects fish from freezer burn. That's normal. But excessive glazing can inflate the weight significantly. You think you're buying a 1-pound bag of cod. After thawing, you may end up with far less edible fish. The label may legally state contains up to X% water retained, but that's often buried in small print. Red flags: thick ice crust that doesn't look uniform, excess water pooling during thaw, product of multiple countries sourcing. The fish itself may be fine, but you're paying seafood prices for frozen water. 5. Breaded fish sticks that barely contain fish. Fish sticks are a freezer staple, but some brands stretch the definition of fish dramatically. In many budget versions, the fish content can be as low as 50 to 60%. The rest is batter, fillers, starches, and flavor enhancers. And the species used may be a blended white fish mash. The front says, made with wild-caught fish. The back says, minced fish product. That's not the same as a whole fillet. If you're feeding kids fish sticks thinking they're getting a strong dose of protein and omega-3s, check the ingredient panel. Some are closer to breaded fish paste than real fillets. 4. Alaskan pollock that's processed overseas. Alaskan pollock is one of the most sustainably managed fisheries in the world. It's used in everything from fast food sandwiches to frozen fillets. But here's the catch. Fish can be caught in Alaska, shipped overseas for processing, then shipped back for retail. The package might highlight wild Alaska pollock, but it may not clearly state it was processed in another country. Why that matters? Longer supply chains increase handling. Quality control standards vary, and the fish may be refrozen during transit. Again, not automatically dangerous, but not as fresh from the icy waters of Alaska as the imagery suggests. 3. Farmed Atlantic salmon marketed as ocean-raised. Atlantic salmon sold in frozen form is almost entirely farmed. Wild Atlantic salmon is rare in commercial retail, yet packaging often leans into ocean imagery, phrases like sea-raised, and blue water branding. Farmed salmon can vary dramatically in quality depending on farming practices. Concerns sometimes include higher fat content, feed composition, and use of antibiotics in certain global regions. None of this means you should never buy farmed salmon, But if you believe Atlantic salmon equals wild North Atlantic catch, that's a misunderstanding shaped by marketing. 2. Mislabeled snapper. Red snapper is one of the most commonly mislabeled fish in seafood markets. That doesn't stop at fresh counters. It can show up in frozen products too. True red snapper commands a premium price, so cheaper fish species sometimes get sold under the snapper label. Studies over the years have shown high rates of seafood mislabeling is industry-wide, and frequent substitution, particularly in the snapper and grouper categories. Frozen snapper fillets that seem suspiciously cheap, they might not be snapper at all. The only way to truly verify species is through DNA testing, which the average shopper obviously can't do in aisle 7. 1. Product of USA, that's only packaged here. This one confuses a lot of consumers. You see product of USA or an American flag on the package, but small print reveals processed in the USA from imported fish. That means the fish could have been farmed overseas. It was shipped in bulk, or it was portioned or repackaged domestically. This labeling is legal under certain definitions, but it creates a strong patriotic impression that doesn't always match the fish's origin story. If origin matters to you, whether for sustainability, labor standards, or freshness, always look beyond the front panel. Now, 2 better choices. Not every frozen fish option is questionable. Some brands and categories consistently do things better. Better choice number 2, clearly labeled wild Alaska sockeye salmon. Take a look for specific species listed, like sockeye, coho, or pink, that the catch location is clearly stated. For a minimal ingredient list, just salmon. Wild Alaska sockeye is naturally higher in omega-3s, typically flash frozen quickly after catch, and sustainably managed under strict U.S. regulations. When the label is specific, not vague, that's a good sign. If it just says salmon fillet without detail, keep looking. Better choice number 1, MSC certified blue label wild-caught white fish. The Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, certification isn't perfect, but it's one of the more recognized sustainability labels in seafood. Look for the MSC certified blue label, single ingredient fillets, and clear country of origin info. Wild-caught cod, haddock, or pollock that carries third-party certification and transparent sourcing is typically a safer bet than heavily marketed mystery blends. Also check for no added phosphates, no artificial coloring, and no excessive glazing. Simple ingredient list, clear origin, minimal hype. What to watch for every time you buy frozen fish. Before tossing that bag into your cart, pause and check. Species specificity, does it name the exact fish? Country of origin, is it clearly listed? Added water, look for retained water disclosures. Processing location, was it processed overseas? Certifications, MSC certified or reputable third-party labels. And ingredient list, whole fish should have 1 ingredient. If the front is flashy and the back is vague, that's your signal. A tool that makes seafood shopping easier. If this feels overwhelming, there is a shortcut experts use. The Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch program publishes one of the most respected seafood buying guides available. Their website ranks seafood as a green or best choice, yellow or good alternative, and red or avoid. You can search by species, country of origin, and farming or catch method right in the grocery store. It doesn't make decisions for you, but it gives you a powerful starting point. The bigger picture. Seafood is one of the most complex global supply chains in the world. Fish are caught in one country, processed in another, packaged in a third, and sold in a fourth. Freezing itself isn't the villain. In fact, properly flash frozen fish can be fresher than fresh fish sitting on ice for days. The problem is transparency. When labeling emphasizes lifestyle imagery instead of specifics, when species names are replaced with marketing terms, when weight includes excessive ice, that's when trust erodes. Frozen fish can absolutely be part of a healthy, affordable diet, but it requires reading beyond the bold font on the front, because sometimes the fillet inside that bag isn't the fish you think it is. Because the truth about frozen fish isn't on the front of the package, it's often buried under a layer of ice. Culinary Cipher, Decode what's beneath the surface.